Hello and welcome back. Today we have a Mark II Granada. Yes, and we're going to try and get this Mark II Granada running and driving. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But it's got no brakes, probably a burst brake pipe. I don't think it's been moved or driven or started in around 20 years. There is no history on this car whatsoever. So my guess is it's not been on the road in 20 odd years. It's got plenty of rot from what I can see just on the outside. Very bad paintwork. It is a carbed, which is good, because if it was a 2.8 injection we may have had some issues. So we've got a 2.8 V6 with the automatic gearbox. It is a Ghia 1983, I believe. It's 41 years old, I know that much. So it's actually Texan MOT exempt, so we could actually drive this on the road. One of the #1 bangers in the day for Unlimiteds. Yeah, so this one come off of eBay. We were on the eBays scrolling through, and Ford Granada Mark II pops up. I think we should have a bid on that. And we didn't win it the first time, and then it got relisted and we won it for less money than I bid the first time, which was great. So first things first is went and picked it up and dropped it outside the workshop door where it is today. We're going to try and get it moving. So first things first, let's have a walk around and have a look at the old girl. So first things first, the bonnet. As all Mark II Granadas do, they rot out on this front edge. So very rotten, a little bit of lifting on there. Bumper looks all right, but has had a bit of a bash in the front there at some point in its life. A bit of rot in this wing here and here, which is very common for. It does have the 14-inch wheels rather than the TRXs, which is good. It's got one fog light, one's fell off, no number plate for some reason. The bumper is a little bit thin. Yeah, the lights is I've seen better days that side. The glass lens is okay though. This side's starting to go the same. What else have we got going on here? In there looks pretty damn good. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is some rot just inside here where they all go, more than likely at the top as well, but we'll see that. We'll try and get it on the ramp once we get it moving. Down the sides looks alright. Some very shoddy paintwork that's blistered really badly over time, to the point that the paint has actually fell off the car. So chrome trim's alright, could do with a good polish up. Doors, not too bad, not too bad. Looks like there's some rot under that sill trim, which is never good. Sunroof looks good. Roof, again, really bad paintwork. It's very patinaed, you could call it. Again, this door, not too bad. Rear arches, not too bad. Not too bad on this side, pretty good. So this side I'd say is passable, apart from that section right there. We've just put our finger through. Not good. Okay, let's come around to the back. Rear quarter again, we've got this crazy paintwork going on. Rear chrome bumper is chromed at the top with rust at the bottom. I think they come standard like that. Ford badge just fell off, and you see the old Ford Granada 2.8 Ghia. Let's pop boot lid. Oh dear. We've got some rot in the corners here. Again at the top, just around the windows. And this side, I'm not going to poke it too much, it's just going to make it look worse. Boot lid looks fairly solid. Boot floor's got some holes, again in the same sort of place on the other side there. We do have some brake dust covers which go behind the wheel to stop the brake dust going over your wheels. Whether it worked or not, I don't know. We've got an original jack. What else we got in this little box of goodies? We've got some sort of, I think that's for a heater matrix system. Oh dear. We've got an ignition barrel, a speaker backing, a mirror. What else we got? We've got a bit of airbox of some kind. What have we got in this little bag? Oh, we have the original antenna. Very nice. Again, another 14-inch wheel. Fairly decent tyre grip on it, but I think it's seen better days. Let's have a look this side on the floor. Yep, she's rotten. Boot carpet is in fairly good condition though. So, it's got the overriders on the back. Very patinaed again, with rust even coming through this side. And we have a big hole in this rear arch. This arch is a little bit scabby and a little bit holy in the inside there. You can see that just there. Still got the mud flaps on it. This door doesn't work. Door card's lifted as well, which is very common on these. This side doesn't look as bad on the sill. And the doors have got a little bit of grinding, but they're not bad. They're pretty good. This wing, as we said before, is a bit rotten, and the tyres are a bit flat. What we like rust-wise in here, oh yeah, she's got some holes. Oh, she's got a lot of holes. She's a bit on the tender, crusty side. So let's get the bonnet popped and see what we've got going on in there. Is it this side or the other side? Oh, we've got the glorious sun is coming out for us. Right, so what have we got going on inside of this Granada? We have a lovely, fairly clean, considering it's been sat a long while, Ghia X blue, is it Chatsworth do they call it, interior? Full electric windows. I don't think they work because that one's down. We've got the ignition on. It's trying. I think they've just set a bit where they've not been used. That one's not working. Driver's side work. Yeah, they're just a bit, you know, gone a bit slow. Oh, why is the camera zoomed right in? So yeah, they sort of like work. I think the more you use them, will probably free up. That one's trying. I can hear it trying in the back. We've got a radio in working condition. Don't really know what you do on these. Oh, we got a tape player. Come on, play. Never heard of them. Who are they? Not a clue what they are. We've got heater controls. They're trying to work because the light's dimming when I power it on, but you see. So the motors are probably just all set. A fuel gauge thing doesn't do fuel gauge things. It doesn't even light up. We've got heated seats. They are actually on. I don't know if they're working. We've got a cassette holder. Look at that. And it's removable. So if you want to remove it, you can take it out and put whatever else you want in there. Engineering. I don't think it's actually, that's actually strapped in. But yeah, so obviously we've got our key here. We've got a cigarette lighter, which is also seized. Your air conditioning controls, which we can't test. We've got wiper speed switch, which is stuck. Lights dimming thing. You got your light switch here. Full beam, low beam on that one, which I'm guessing is working because it's dimming that. I can actually see it in the back of my car over there that it's actually working. Indicators work but flash really fast. We've got no wipers. Got fog light switches and stuff like that. We ain't really worried about all that today, are we? Got boot switch. Don't think that's working. Other than that, they're fairly simple. What we got going on in here? Oh, hello. We got a Ford Granada handbook. Very nice. Wish mine looked like that. What else we got? Ford badge. That'll be the one off the boot that we're missing. There's no tax disc in the window because I have already checked. What's in the ashtray? Not smoked in. Epic. Okay, let's get around to the back here. So again, rear door cards. Got your window switches. That's actually working, sort of. They're sort of come away. They can be repaired, which isn't a bad thing. We got anything in here? What we got this? Oh, is this a factory sticker of some sort? It's a bill of dealer sale sticker, look. Sale, and it doesn't tell you the dates because it's faded out, but it is all there. If anyone knows what that is, let us know. It's got rear seat belts, quite rare. Not all of them had seat belts in the rear. What we got in the back here? Anything in the seat hiding away? Ugh. Yeah, some droppings. Cigarette lighter again. We've got a thing off that door card that side. Is there anything under there? I don't think there's anything under them. Then you got your rear seat with this piece which is stuck. Rear lights, luxury, lovely job. And that's about it. Oh, what we got? We got that in the back parcel shelf there, haven't we? We've got nothing in there. Okay, boring. So really, this little gem, it's not a lot to it. Everyone's cleaned it out by the look of it. Took the floor mats, everything. So there's not a lot to report home about. Nothing in there. But all in all, I'm fairly good nick, really. That's bonnet box. Ah, I forgot to mention, we have no keys for this. So someone has wired in an ignition barrel. And this ignition barrel here is not, well, I don't think it's a Ford one, and it's quite a big chunky unit. So let's get this rotten bonnet lifted. Big old bonnet. So I'm going to rest that on my head. There we go. So here we have the good old 2.3, no, the good old 2.8 V6 cone with aircon, carbed power steering version. Well, I think they all on the Granadas come with power steering. It was the Cortinas that didn't, but they were 2.3 V6s, but same setup. We've got aircon. Yeah, got a washer bottle there. Header tank there. Let's have a look at the old brake servo. See if we've got any brake fluid in here. Oh, she's a bit crusted up, can't spin it. Oh, I'd say we've got our burst brake line somewhere. So we'll leave that loose. Let's check our water. That's tight. We've got some water in the header tank, which is good. This doesn't look to be rotten too bad in there. She's had some welding along this section. Oh, got some holes in the bonnet up here. Scuttle panel doesn't look too bad. I'd say it's probably had a headlight in its life as well. This side, not too bad. It's a lot of rot just laying everywhere. So then check the power steering fluid. Oh, she's full, cold. So I'm guessing you've got to check that when it's cold. Very nice. Doesn't look like them plugs in there are that old. Let's check the engine oil. Well, my hands are cold. It is cold out today. So engine oil. Where are we? Focus, focus. I can't get the camera to focus on that. Let's try again. That engine oil looks brand new nearly, and it is full. It hasn't been in there long. It doesn't look too bad at all. Tastes good. It's lubricating, that's for sure. So we're good for oil. We could probably do with checking the transmission fluid as well, being an auto box. So we'll try and do that. What's she saying? There's plenty in there. What mark is it on though? I'd say it's actually above full. Where is it? There we go. I'd say that's actually above full. So yeah, we'll send that. Alright, okay. So I think first things first is what we would do is put a bolt on the crank down there and spin her over and make sure she's not set or seized up. Sometimes you can pull on these belts. There we go, she spins. She's spinning. I don't know if we can see that on the camera here. Probably won't be able to do it now. I can't do it now. Sometimes you can just pull on these belts like so and just spin them over, but as you can see that's not really working. So what we are going to do is we are going to chuck a battery on here. There's a battery tray just here. We're going to spin her over, but I'm going to pull a coil lead off, spin her over, and we'll try and get the oil pressure up inside the cab. I'm talking like this thing's a lorry. So we'll spin her over, make sure we've got power going to everything, and on these old Granadas we have an oil pressure gauge so we can make sure we're getting up to oil pressure before getting any fuel in the tank. As soon as we've done that, we'll then check obviously the instruments, what's working, what isn't, and then try and introduce a can of say petrol off the pump. So the pump's down here, so it'll be one of these fuel pipelines down here, and hopefully we can then get some fuel up into the car. But just for the time being, we'll get oil pressure up, we'll pull the top off the airbox, introduce some fuel straight down the car, and just see if we can get some spark before, or spark, fire, pop, squeeze, bang, blow, before we introduce a can of petrol to it. So first things first, let's get a battery. I have a battery, and it is a good known brand. Probably the newest battery we've got here at the moment. It actually came in an old car that we actually picked up, but it's Halford's battery. That should do. So negative goes to there. Now before we do anything else, I am just going to pull this coil lead off, if I can get to it, just here, just to stop it from sparking, get some oil pressure around the engine. We don't know the last time that this engine ran, and I may be salvaging the engine out of this to go in my 2.8 V6 Cortina, because she's getting a bit old and a bit rattly. So first things first, let's power to it and see what we've got going on. So there's no lights, no power going on inside the cab here. So we've got our ignition barrel here laying on our knee. I'm just going to use this screwdriver that comes free with the vehicle. And we have a battery light on the dash. And will it crank? This is the thing we need to know. Will it crank? Oh, it's got an original radio in it, and it looks like it's powered on. That is a rare sight. Okay, let's get this. Just wedging this in here. Oh, we've got crankage straight away. Perfect. Right. Okay. So let's keep an eye on this oil pressure gauge. Not a lot, it's building up a little bit. Here we go, she's picking up. She sounds quite smooth. She's got a little gallop to her though. Right. She's definitely building up pressure. Okay, so that's good. We know the oil's getting round. Next step is going to be to take the top off the airbox and introduce some fuel down there and seeing if we can get it to fire. If we can get it to fire, we'll then get to the fuel pipe and pipe in a little tub of fuel for now and see if we can get it to go. So I've got a couple of screwdrivers for the job. We've got fillets and a flathead. Let's see what we've got going on here. Phillips will do the job, it's not too tight. Hopefully this old girl's going to fire into life and run. So nice. Alright. Very windy out here today. Okay, so airbox removed. I'm just going to lay this down on the floor, preferably out of the way of the car. I'll leave our screwdrivers here and put our coil lead that we took off back on. I'm going to go grab a little bit of fuel. So I've got an old Worth's brake cleaner tub here that I'm going to use. I've filled it up with petrol. I'm hoping if I take that off, ugh, spilled it everywhere. That's not what we want, but hang on. It's this wind. This wind is not helping. Right, I think that'll do. I don't want to flood it. Let's go and whirl her on the key, and hopefully she springs into life. So let's wedge this against there, and here we go. Oh, we got fire. Oh, oil pressure's building up really nice in here. I think we need more fuel. Right, we've got power, we've got fireage. I think we should just hook that can straight up. Fingers crossed, she's just going to burst straight into life. Right, what have we got going on here? We are still recording. Yes. Awesome. Right. So, this one goes up to the fuel filter. And this one goes to the pump. And this one here, little piggy went to market, goes under here. Goes straight. Underneath this wing and out this side somewhere. Yep, just here. I've got it. I think it's disconnected. Oh, have I disconnected the wrong one? No, we've got it. This little pipe here goes to the mechanical pump. Let's just bring it in. Oh no, here comes the rain. It's not what we need right now. Oh my days. Ooh, go away. We may have to push this indoors. Here's the pipe that's come from the inner wing, goes to this mechanical pump just here. I'm hoping I can lay that can of petrol that we had here, just in here, some way or another without it falling over. It's not very safe, I know, but let's get that down there. The can of fuel is down there, and we have fuel going into it. Now, I don't really want to leave the camera out here for this bit because it's going to get soaked, but I'm going to have to. Hopefully it doesn't ruin it. We're going to fire this up. Are we ready? Hopefully we can get fuel up fairly quick and the mechanical pump isn't knackered. Here we go. Come on, girl. Oh. We're not getting nothing, are we? We're not getting nothing. Pause recording for a minute. This camera's getting soaked. We're back in action. The rain died off. Let's see if we can carry on cranking and get this thing to fire so we can get it indoors. Come on. I did notice getting fuel up. Yes, yes, yes. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Oh. She's a bit smoky, but she is running. Go on, come on. She is running. We've got really good oil pressure over here. Really good oil pressure. Very good. Will she idle? She's idling. Oh, no, she's conked out. Okay, let's try again. She sounds very sweet. Got a working radio. Let's try and run it up. Do I dare try and drive? I've got no brakes. It's a little bit smoky, but nothing too major. Let's see if we can get this thing to move. Oh dear, it stalled. I think she's got a sticky brake somewhere. She does sound pretty sweet though. Right, foot off a brake pedal. No, she doesn't like that at all. Okay, let's keep trying. Are we out of petrol? Or has the petrol spilt? Come on, girl. I think we may be out of petrol. It's actually registering that we've got petrol in the tank, believe it or not. Oh, you know what's happened? I know what's happened here. I know exactly what's happened. I haven't pulled the return line off the fuel, and I better sucked all the fuel out of there and chucked it straight back into the tank. Ugh, that was silly. Right, okay. Let me see what's going on. We actually have got petrol in here. There's still petrol in there. I just don't think the pipe's long enough to get to the bottom. Let's try that. We'll give that a try. She cold outside today. Right, I think we need a bigger tub of fuel. How can we do this? So, I think, let's get them fuel up, let's get them fuel back up. I don't know who that is. There's no one around here. Let's have a look, see how much fuel we're got in. Oh, we are a little bit low. We are a little bit low. We've got about a quarter of a tub. Let's go refill the fuel and open the doors up so hopefully we can back it in. We have some more fuelage. Right, that's that. I am going to put this out of the way because I don't want to run over it. Okay. Crank her over, get some fuel up. Come on. There we go. She's burst into life again. Little front. Oh, we've got to drive. I think the brakes are sticking though. Oh, my car's there. First, reverse. Epic. The brakes are definitely sticking on because he's really struggling to move. Oh, as soon as I let off, she doesn't want to know. Let's try again. Not quite. Come on. That can't have used all that fuel already. Oh, she's trying to take off on me. Ah, we really need a brake pedal. Right, before we get any further, let's just stick some brake fluid in that reservoir, give her some pumpity pumps, and hopefully we can see where the oil's coming from. Oil, brake fluid is what I meant to say. So we'll do that. Right, let's get some .4. Put it straight in there. Right, do some pumping, see what we've got going on. Well, it's going down. You know what's going to happen. Pump these up. Oh yeah, we've got flat tyres as well. Forgot about that. It's just going to pump straight out the floor, or seize the brake straight on and it won't move at all, which would be great. Right, that should be enough. Oh, it's going straight down. We got anything dropping out of the car? Yes, we have. Passenger's front brake line. By the looks of it. Let's have a look down here. We have fluid running straight off there. Maybe I can catch that on the brake flexi. So if we get her on full lock, right hand down, crimp her off, we may be able to stop that just leaking out. Just for now, just temporary bodge. I need to put some air in the tyres, just making it hard to steer. Oh. Hard work, guys. Great, let's see if we can crimp this off. I'm hoping it's on the right side. Oh no, I think I've just seen another brake pipe burst further back. Hopefully it's just rain running off the car. No, that definitely. Oh, that's a brake pipe. We've got another burst one on the swans as it comes down. Ah, good. Can we get a little bit though? We've got a little resistance there. Let's see what happens. Right, before we go any further, I'm going to pump these tyres up because that's not going to help a cause, is it? All so far has gone fairly smooth. We've got fuel down the carb, it's picking up fuel from the mechanical pump that is built into the engine. That's getting fuel up to the carb. The fuel make it happen is then actually getting fuel into the engine, and she runs, which is good, and she moves backwards and forwards. But we've now got that issue with the brakes stopping it from stopping. Hopefully we can bodge some bits up and get them to kind of work so we can move it about. So we'll get some air in the tyres, we'll see if we can shuffle it back and forth and see if we've got a brake pedal at all, and then I think we'll back it into the workshop. Actually no, before we do that, we'll see what actually works inside the car before we go any further. That sounds like a good idea. And then we'll put it on the ramp and do what every 2.8 V6 engine should have done before you even rev it, and that is take the exhaust straight off and listen to the pure epicness of a 2.8 V6. And then we'll look into getting the brakes sorted, and hopefully we can take this old girl around the yard, down the field, and have a little fun in it. But we'll see how far we can get. Let's try and get some air in these tyres first. Right. Well, we've got 30 in there, that'll do for that. Right, let's get this front tyre some air. That brake's definitely binding on. Right, let's put a little bit in this back one. The other side's got air in it. There we go. Right, we have air in all the tyres now. What I think we should do now is try and get it started, roll in enough to get it in the workshop, put it up in the air, and go from there. Alright, okay, seat is not where I want it to be right now. They're electric. Oh yeah. They are electric seats. Do they work? No. The motors are going to need a bit of fettling. So I'm actually stuck in this position. We've got a gallop. She's missing a little bit. Right. We've got a bit of brake pedal now. For how long, I don't know. Can we get it in over the ramp? I can't really see because this mirror's in the wrong place. I got some wheel spinning going on. Oh, we've died about where we need it, so that ain't too bad. Well, we have the Granada in sort of situ to the point where we should now be able to get it in the air. As you can see, we've got brake pedal leakage all the way to where the car has stopped. So let's do the right thing and ignore that for the minute. Let's put some lights on so we can see what we're doing. Right, okay. Now when I just pulled this in, it was smoking a bit. I'm hoping it is just where the rain has rained on the engine and on the exhaust and it's just burning it off. So we've got this dodgy piece of fuel pipe just going down there straight into that can for now, and then what I'm hoping is we can just fire her up and just get her to run for a little bit longer than a few minutes, and hopefully she'll idle. Hopefully she's going to idle now, just so we can check her over. Need to keep an eye on the fuel as well. She's drinking that fuel like no tomorrow. It's got to be returning it straight to the tank. I'm probably best off removing that other fuel line and just blanking it off. We'll be out of fuel in no time. That'll drain when it goes up. Yeah, figure out what's going on with the fuel system side of things. Cut the exhaust off, because we don't want these exhausts on, do we? Do we, honestly? These exhausts needs to go. Brakes are stuck on. Oh dear. Come on, girl, push. Fucking hell. Let's just start her up and move her. Correct. Yes. Okay. Let's go up. Not too much crunching, that's good. So she's a little scabby. Not horrendous. So you can see where the fluid was running down there. And I'd say the pipe actually going to that caliper. Just up there is split. But the second split is here, which is for the rear brake. So I think if we're ever going to have a brake pedal, it'll just be the one. And that'll be that front right. As long as that doesn't burst, we should be okay. But we have a Cooper's oil filter on here. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look, just looks like a normal 2.8 V6 engine with the usual leaks. Let's say a fuel pipe, the power steering lines have been bodged back. Gearbox looks crusty. Oh, we've got a rear main seal leaking, which got to be expected. Those centre boxes are definitely shot. They're not doing what they're meant to anymore. What else we got going on? Floors, chassis rails are rotten where we've actually lifted it up. Not too bad, but floors look absolutely solid. From there down the sills, look really good. A bit of rot in that rear corner here and down the bottom of that back inner sill. Same this side. A little bit here, but nothing major. Rear is absolutely spotless. Nothing wrong with that at all. Wheel well's got a little bit of corrosion going on. And what we got? Fuel tank. Fuel tank looks good. Probably crusty inside. And these rear quarters look a bit crusty. I can actually smell from this pipe, I think. The fuel in the tank actually smells alright. But other than that, there ain't really a lot else to look at. And just, we could put a repair in there for the time being, but I think we're best off just nipping it off up here, crushing it over itself, and then repairing it later on. Just so we've got some brake fluid going to the driver's front. I think that is the best option, because that is what you call rotted out. I might be able to do a quick repair on it, we'll see. We'll see. See what we can do. Other than that, the old girl looks alright. Old girl does look right. So we're going to do the right thing and cut straight through the brake pipe, and we're going to just try and because this section here is completely rotted out, so we can't do nothing with it. So rather than it sit there doing nothing and just leaking, I'm going to try and just fold the brake line over on itself, because it's easy to repair here, but rather than leaking fluid everywhere, we're just going to try and bend it over on itself, just see if we can get a bit of breakage going onto that front right brake. Just enough so it's movable, and we've got a brake to sort of stop. You know, we're not driving that up and down the road, really. I was going to, but I think that's a little bit out of the question now. It's just going to keep folding it over until I think we should have stopped it. I don't think it's going to come out of there, but you never know with these old brake pipes. Oh, I think that might get it. We'll leave that on one there for now. Okay, that one here is had it as well, but there isn't really a lot we can do with that one, so we're going to do the right thing and just hose clamp it. Hopefully that stops the fluid coming out of that one. No, it's just started again. Might just be where we've took it off, but we'll put it up tighter like that. Out. I got my finger. Let's hope that holds. That's going to hold that. Now the best thing to do with these Mark 2.8s, V6s, anything of that sort, is grab yourself a socket, which is called a 13mm, and do the right thing and just completely delete the exhaust, because you know this is the only way these should sound. That one's just snapped. Nice. Okay, back box off. It's going to be a knuckle breaker, I can see it already. Right, I think I might just end up... Didn't want to do that. That's off. Probably use a hammer doing this, but hey ho. I think we'll do the right thing and just cut that straight off. Can't quite get all the way through, but we should be able to put them down. Yeah. And do that. It should be all the way through. I don't think it is though. And then, I don't know, cut it here. Can't really see. There we go. And hopefully, get rid of that shit. Who wants them on there? I can't even see. Whew, that's better. Right. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Maybe we should just delete this as well. There we go. That's that one off. That's that bit off. That piece of exhaust was like Swiss cheese. Now we are talking. Okay, right. With that crap out of the way, let's just go around and check what wheel spins and what one doesn't. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we've got a bit of play there. What's going on? What's going on there? I don't think the bushes are shot. Anti-roll bar or front tire bushes absolutely shot. Look at the movement in that. Okay, so there's no front driver's side brake at all. Well, no movement, shall we say. Same on the passenger side, front. Hopefully the backs aren't seized up. That one moves fairly free. Oh, that one moves lovely. Okay, so we've got two front sticky front brakes. So I think before we try and go too far ahead, just so she free rolls a lot easier, we'll pull it down on the ramp a little bit, knock his front wheels off, and try and free him up a bit better. It's got some bounce in her. Right, what we got going on here then? A very crusty caliper is what we've got going on right here. Okay, that looks very stuck. Ew, it's not looking good. Right, wheels are off. Let's squirt some WD-40 on the back of these calipers. Hopefully get something going on inside there, because I know we wouldn't usually put WD-40 on brakes, but these have been sat for a long time and they need some sort of lubrication going on because they are seized. Everything in there is just seized up. So we're just going to soak them in WD, probably even just soak the discs, just so when she moves a bit, they actually move rather than being seized. Okay, so there's a bit of lubrication on there, and I'm going to start off by just putting a bar in and try and get some movement somewhere. No, this doesn't want none of that either. Oh. It's not good. It's not good. This one's got something. Back them off a bit. They're really crusted up. Oh, look at that, look. Brand new. They are brand new now. Right, this one doesn't spin at all, so hopefully this does the job as well. Oh, I don't think this one's going to work. Oh, look at that. I'll probably do it with my hand. How long that's going to last is, we don't know, but I think the more we work at them, I think they've got to be stuck in one position for like 20 years. The fact that they're actually pushing back is good. And I think the sliders are just absolutely crudded up to max. Ow, that's my head. Thank God I got a hat on. Right, we've got movement on the brakes, so hopefully they stay that way. It's not too bad until you get up here, like all Granada. They all rot in this area behind the wings, because it's where all the mud sits, and then the water and everything else. So a little bit of crud. Not terrible, not terrible on that side. Again, this side, inner arch, is absolutely spotless really. On this side, apart from that hole there. And we can say the same as a hole down there. Rest of it, fairly solid. Nothing to report home about there. This side again, very similar to the other side. Has got some crusty holes going on, but this side has got some rather large holes up here and in here and along the edge of the wing. So yeah, all in all, she's very much rotten Granada. I think we should chuck gun wheels back on, just hope they keep freewheeling, and try and get this thing running and driving. Somewhat. I don't spend too much time on it, messing about. Right, fluid's going down very fast. We was going to have a look at the fuel pipe while it was in the air, weren't we? Yeah, it's definitely returning to the tank. Button that up with a bolt in the end of it for now. Hopefully this will work. We'll soon see. Right, we've got fuel, we've got power. Let there be sound. Oh yeah. Ah, that is music to my ears. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That just brought her right around, didn't it? Oh, fucking spot on. You cannot beat that sound, ever. That sound is just, that is just perfect. You cannot beat it. I think we solved our issues. The fuel was going back to the tank. Right, so our bodgery for fuel is an oil can with a hole in the lid with a piece of fuel pipe, and that is as safe as houses. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. Just put your pipe in your fuel can. I think it's on the fuel pump properly either, but we don't worry about things like that. I don't even know where I'm actually going to put the can yet, but you know, it's right next to a battery, which is right next to an exhaust. So if anything happens, it'll just catch fire and burn off anyway. So we haven't really got to worry about too much here. There's a pulley here as well, but we don't really need to worry about that either. So we're just going to bodge as best as we can this can under this bonnet, probably with some cable ties or bungee strap. There we go. That'll do the job nicely. It's not got much bungee in it, but if we can just, you're probably thinking, what an idiot. What is this guy doing? Look, it really doesn't matter what's going to happen here because it's going to be safe. The best thing about it is it's going to be safe. Remember, whatever I do, don't repeat it at home. Because you'll never be as safe as this. Alright, that goes around there. Let's go through there. That's not really worked, that slid off. What did you do that for? What about if we go up here? Is that gonna work? Oh, we got in a right old tangle here, look. Look, that is safe. That is safe. It's not going anywhere. Oh, we do need to put our brake thing on. It's raining again. Right. Shut the bonnet, nothing to see here. Brand new. Brand spanking new. You'd never know anything. Anyone think that's factory? Factory original, you know? Right, let's see if she now moves under her own steam and stops. Okay, here we go. Not very confident. You know what's going to happen here, don't you? It's just going to lock the brake straight on. Okay. Perfect. On the button. Oh, she's moving freely now. Nice, nice. And it stops. Ah, left one of them exhaust clamps on, didn't I? Oh, come on. You do this to me. Let her warm up a little bit. Front bushes are completely shot. The seat position isn't very nice either. But she's driving. The old girl's driving. It's like the first time in like 20 years. So unfortunately I wasn't aware during this recording, but the microphones that I'm actually speaking in through the whole video did not turn on, or I hit something and they just was not working. So basically what I'm saying is this auto box is absolute garbage. It just will not hold out in a gear that I would like, just so I can hang the rear end out. As soon as you start getting somewhere, it changes up a gear. It's just gash. and it also feels like the front brakes are still slightly sticking on. But yeah, we'd try to send it around the field. It's moving, it's running, it's driving, so we have achieved what we set out for. I think I was just expecting a little bit too much from the old girl. So you'll now notice that there's a bit of a change in tone of how the engine is revving, and it's because I'm now using the manual side of the auto box. But what I didn't realise at this point in time, I'm now revving it at this hardest point it has done through this whole time it's been on the field. I keep seeing this odd cloud of smoke, and in my head I'm going, that's just the front brake sticking because it looks like it's coming from that right hand corner. But no, it wasn't. What it actually done, as you'll see in a minute, is it actually chucked the belt off the water pump. Lucky enough we saved it just in time. And as you can see here, as I open the bonnet, you can see the smoke bellowing out from under the bonnet, or steam, whatever you want to call it, and this is from where it's chucked the belt off. Well, here is the footage with no sound because I still have no microphones working, but this is me showing you that it spat the fan belt off. Like, this thing here is meant to be connected to this bit here. So yes, it's come off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the right thing, head back to the workshop. I'm not going to look for another belt. I'm going to get some good cable ties and put them around the crank pulley to the water pump. And hopefully that will get us back to the workshop, keeping it nice and cool. Well, there we have it. The Mark II is back in the yard, and we managed to nurse it back. All it had done is thrown the water pump belt off. All that for a water pump belt. All I had to do is put a couple of cable ties around it just to nurse it back. And here she is. She's back. I'm going to give her a wash down now because I don't like leaving things in mud. And yeah, if you like this sort of stuff, let me know and I'll get some more of it on the channel. I've got a couple of Mercedes here that have been sat for years and years that could probably start. I don't know, but we can try it. If this is what you like watching, I will make a video and we'll do what we can. If we can get them on the field and go around the field for a couple of laps, happy days. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you're new and you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Josh at Beatty's Garage. Enjoy. See you in the next one.